No problem.
Okay, guys, you're welcome to another session of our YouTube channel where we interview entrepreneurs that are successful in their respective niches. And today, I have the privilege to invite a musician, a producer, and a consultant in terms of coaching. He coaches different instruments. So I'll call on him to quickly introduce himself, and we'll start from there. So can you introduce yourself, please, and the name of your company?
Hello, guys. This is Aderibigbe Damilola. I'm an instrumentalist and a musician. And the name of my company is Avant Music. Okay. So what we basically are up to is music production, music education, and music entertainment. So in music production, that's where we record songs for people, to promote artists. In music education, we train people on different instruments. And also on music entertainment, we are being called for several occasions whereby we can, raise the occasion. And also some of the subs that, some of other things that we do, which is a subset of what we do basically is what you have talked about, which is the consultancy aspect. At least if a church needs an help as regards to their music, sound, or anything, you can actually come in to actually help in that area as well. So for now, that's all I can say. So thank you very much, Mr. Daramola.
Okay, actually, that's just an introduction to what you do. Like, yes, an entrepreneur, I know you are into this business for some years now. Like, yes, for one to be a keyboardist or for one to play an instrument, or let me even ask, how did you start this vision? How did you start this your entrepreneurship journey?
Wow, that's an interesting question. So if I should start mentioning my story about what I do today, we may not leave this interview on time. So I'm just going to take some brief areas of which is very important and which everybody can learn from. So I started since I was small, and when so many musics have always been around. So, but what actually brought me into this system is passion, like what I love to do. And there was a time I get to ask myself a question. Everybody now has been doing this. What do I know how to do? So it's one of those important things an entrepreneur should ask him or herself, that what am I fitting to do? So after getting the conclusion to that, oh, I love to listen to music. Oh, I love singing. Oh, I love music in general. So then I started thinking about how do I start in this regard. So that was where the issue of trying to figure out one or two things about musical instruments. Apparently, I should start with guitar because that was what I love to do. Mm-hmm. But what was available then was keyboard. So during our own time, we don't really have access to lessons, coachings like this. We try to just make use of whatever thing that is available with us. So that was how I started the journey. So I haven't played piano for a particular year. Then I start thinking of another thing, that, oh, how can I make business out of this? Because being a musician in Nigeria is a tug of war, which I see. So you can't just sleep and wake up and say you want to make money out of music. But if you don't turn it to a business, there's no way you can get money out of it. So that's where the question comes from. How do I make money? So when I started thinking about that, I looked around. I'll go for band show, do a lot of stuff. I realized the amount I've been paid. The singers are the one enjoying the fruit of music, but with the instrumentalists, they're always there collecting, stipends. So that actually, brings up some other things that, okay, what are other things that exist in music? So I went through some research and started getting information. That's where the production started. And also, before the production even starts, so I actually have the sense of passing my gift down to people. So then I discovered that recently we have a lot of music in circulation, a lot, a lot, a lot. But I discovered that some of the music that people enjoy to listen to these days are the worst of all. Because when you check the lyrics and you listen to them, you discover that a lot of things are going wrong. So then I picked it from there that, oh, if we can catch them young, this thing will not come to play. So that is where music education started from. And we started going to the children to the right path, such that, we are going to have balance in our society. If you want to listen to good music, you have to actually pay. So that's the journey so far. And we officially launched 2015. So that was when we officially launched the school, the company and everything. So, and ever since then, we have been working with schools. We have been doing private, both online and offline, to make sure that and we correct every errors we have seen in our society today.
Okay.
So
Okay. That's very interesting, and entrepreneurship is very interesting, but you just have to be ready to pay the price. Determination, persistency, and when you are rugged and you're determined to succeed, of course, you will succeed. And that is why we've taken it upon ourselves to invite entrepreneurs in different fields so that people outside there, they are looking for genuine entrepreneurs, genuine people to do business with. You can always see them on our channel. Okay. Now, Mr. The CEO of Avant Garde, like, what are your product line? What and what? We talked about instruments. Like during the vacation period, we see that so many children are outside there learning different instruments. What are the instruments that you really work on? What are the instruments that you specialize on, that you work
yes,
on?
yes, for now, because of limited resources and some other things to consider, we are actually into piano, guitar, violin. Then also a good friend of mine who is very, very competent helps us in brass instruments. Talk
Okay.
about the saxophone, the
Yeah.
trombone, the trumpet.
Okay.
So anytime we have any services as regards to that, we work together to deliver.
Okay. You talked about learning and imparting the young generation, the coming generation, and you're talking about that location is not a barrier. You can impart this knowledge online. How is that possible? Because for me, I think learning instruments, I used to think is offline. But from what you just said, you're saying that you can learn it online. So how practicable is that?
Yes. First of all, we have before we venture into any platform or any experience, we would have actually done some research, then actually venture into the real experience to see how workable that is. So we tried Zoom application with several students, at least for few period of time, especially during the lockdown period. So that was when we started the online because we were unable to go out to reach out to people and a new application is coming out whereby video can actually will do a lot of things in explaining what we do. So actually it's challenging because number one thing I say about online class is the network issue. If the network of the recipient or the host is not really in the good terms, we have difficulty in actually delivering our services. But nonetheless, there are special tips or there are special criteria we follow when we do online training, because usually it is one-on-one, and at most we make sure it is 4, so that we can really reach out to individual students that is going to be participating at that particular time of the hour. So it's very, very challenging. It's workable because as we are doing it, we show them, and not that we are just trying to. We have gadgets in our studio that we use to make sure everything is being passed to the students online. So
yeah, I'm a believer in online learning. Seriously, I'm a strong believer, and that's why we take time to look at how we can bring in people so that we can have insight into how we can learn. And this is very interesting. And if I want to believe that many parents want to tap into this opportunity, you can comfortably learn instruments from the comfort of your remotely without trying to contact have a physical session. That's very interesting. Now, like in this business, do you have challenges at all in this musical niche or industry? Do you have challenges at
all? Wow. In fact, in life, there is no one that is not born with any challenge. So in music business, we have a lot of challenges. Even from the starting point of venturing into this business, the first challenge is acceptability. You know, what we have not been able to show people before, we have not been able to do it before. How do we get their trust and commitment towards what we do? So that's the first thing we had as challenge in starting out this business. But as time goes on, we were able to engage few people from relations, church members, neighbors, and probably, let's say, 1 or 2 schools that were a little bit convinced about what we do. They just want to test us, give us a try and see how we do things. So that's how we started to break out of the challenge. But the next challenge we actually started facing is the issue of location, because at least we have moved to different places at different times. Why? Because of financial issue. If you decide to make a rent here today, in another year's time, the rent might be increased. The turnover then may not be actually as smooth as possible. So all this boils down to capital, so which actually is a major factor in this business, because music is capital intensive. Before you buy instruments, before you buy gadgets, before you buy software, before you buy a lot of things, I can't continue mentioning. So to actually deliver, and we are still buying, and we will continue to buy. So all these, there are challenges that we are facing, or we have faced, but as they come, we face them, we try to solve them. But currently, the challenges we are just having is, as I've said, on the online class. Then secondly, how to reach out to as many people as possible in one stay of time, so that our mission can easily reach as many people as possible.
Okay, I think we will partner and talk about that, because that's what we do. Online education, how you can get your products before the right audience. Okay, now I want to ask, what does it take for one to learn musical instruments? What are the criteria? Must you be a graduate, or I mean the age range? Like I have children that during this vacation period, I feel instead of sitting down at home, I may want to engage them in musical skills. So what does it take, like qualification, age? What do you, from your expertise or from your experience rather, what do you think are the qualifications or the criteria?
Yes, it's very easy to say, but the age range we feel in our own company we can actually accept is from 4.
4 years?
Yes, from 4 years.
Wow.
But the maximum is no limit. And why are we accepting these little ones? Because we discovered that our music education is just like what we call this crèche. When you have a crèche in a primary education sector, so what they do is that they give them the culture of how education is like, mathematics, English, and that is what we try to start with on music. For any children we start with from the age of 4, we help them to understand the solfas and make sure they learn as many as possible, which actually translates to hearing, because a lot of people are out there who sing, but they have a bad hearing ability. They can't depict sound easily. They can't understand sound easily. So, and I think that's the first thing or the first problem we need to solve in people's mindset. A lot of people break even probably because they have the gene, or probably they have the instrument around them, probably so many people, or they listen to music, because in a place where music is always on 24/7, before you know it, the person catches up unaware. So for other people who are just themselves, we make sure that at least, especially the young ones who are just coming up, start with them in that manner. So from age 4, you can take up any student to learn any musical instrument.
Okay. So all about the qualification, is it person must be able to read and write, I guess?
Actually, like we said, from age 4, he or she may not be able to read or write. But our education is passive. Whatever we say, whatever we call, once the person can absorb and show it, it is okay. So we don't really have any restricted qualification. So as long as you can hear music and you can understand what we are teaching you, because in my own philosophy, I see that music is psychological. It's a thing of the mind, your soul, your body, your spirit. So if you cannot feel it, there's no way you can do it.
So, like, this business you are into, what does it take for one to start? Like, we have people that are interested in music and they want to teach people how to play instruments, they want to set up their studio. What does it take?
Wow. The number one thing it takes you to start music business is your skill. Because what do you want to do? You have to define it. What do you want to offer? There are a lot of music tutors out there, but not everybody is offering the same category of
service
course to students.
Yeah.
So, and this is this is defined by the knowledge the music tutor has. So who uses a lot of methods. I've seen a lot of tutor who just teaches only what they know. I've seen a lot of tutor who are skeptical about this is probably is a piano player. I only know how to play piano. And I've seen a lot of tutors who decide that, okay, I know only sight reading, that's what I can teach. So it actually boils down to skill. You can start with zero capital if you have the skill. If you yourself, you are a music person, you know one or two instruments, you can read music properly well, because naturally we don't just start. We have worked with people in the background for a little while before we actually venture the business in the background. So it's not about you just starting. We have to learn from different people too. That okay, how do they do it? What are the things that are being taught? So these are the things we have to consider. But the major aspect of it is skill. If you have the skill, you can start with zero capital. But as regards to going and getting better gradually, you have to secure some instruments. If you actually needed to get a center whereby everybody will come, then you have to buy as many instruments as possible, because not everybody will have the capacity of getting their instrument and will be willing to play. So that's a capital intensive area. Then if you are starting with studio too, you have to buy your gadget, because without your gadget, there's no way we can know you as producer or a sound engineer or a production mix. So there's no way, no how we can actually refer you, because there's nothing to show for it. So when we are talking about all these areas and music entertainment in our own area, like I just mentioned, you have to have the skill. If you cannot sing in front of thousands, or let me say in front of 20 people, and you want to sing in front of thousands of people, that would be a little bit difficult. So then also, as you are doing that, that's just your skill. You have to market yourself and network so that you can meet the right people that will give you the service you actually deliver. So that's that on that area. So music can be zero capital intensive once you have the skill.
Okay, that's very interesting. Where is your presence? Where is your office located?
Yes, we are located at Akobo.
Okay.
That is the number 14.
Okay, fine. So do you like you do one-on-one coaching, and I believe you offer consultancy too?
Yes, of course we do that.
Okay, so what would you can you give us your number, and then after the interview, I will also put a number in the description section, so that people after watching the video can always get in touch with you. Can you just give us your number now so that people can?
Okay. Yes, the number to call anytime is 080 621 39731.
Okay.
Once again, 080 611 39731.
Okay,
you
fine.
can call anytime.
Okay. Do you sell musical instruments?
Yes, we do sell musical instruments based on requirements, because we have a lot of students who actually are interested in getting musical instruments, but we don't just like them getting any instrument, but we actually would love them to get the one they can use for a very, very long time. so that once they have their fees, they can decide to sell it. So that's why we sell instruments. And also, if anybody is interested, we also offer the service.
I know that there are so many churches that are looking for instrumentalists to empower, educate, and mentor their church members, their choristers, and all that. So I believe the YouTubers, people watching the channel, will, of course, contact you, because, as I said earlier, we invite people that we know are trusted. These people are people that have stood the test of time. So anybody we invite on our channel, be rest assured they will give you quality service, and they can always be contacted. You can always reach anybody we invite on this channel. So I want to thank the CEO of Avant Garde Music School for the time you've spent with us on this channel, for the opening our eyes for what you have made us to know, that it's possible to learn online, either offline or online. You can always acquire this skill. And we've also learned about the range of ages of pupils that can be engaged in learning musical instruments. So I want to believe that, that people will start asking questions after watching the video. And I want to assure our viewers that you can ask questions. Any question you ask, I'm assuring you, we will always answer your questions. And if I need to also invite him, I want to believe he would grant our invitation to always come back and share more light. So I want to encourage our viewers. You can see that we bring in entrepreneurs here to just tell us how they started, what they do, and how you can do business with them. So we also need your help. And what we need you to do is just subscribe, hit the subscribe button, the notification button, subscribe to our channel, then hit the notification button, like, share, and comment. We need your comment because we want to know your reactions. If you have any popular niche that you want us to invite an expert, let us know. We do that. We will be very glad and happy to do that. So the CEO of Avant Garde Musical School, I want to thank you for this wonderful time you spent with us. I really, really appreciate your time. I want to say a very big I'm listening to you. Yeah. Okay, so it's been a wonderful time actually interacting with our entrepreneur here, and I believe that anytime we need your time, we need your attention, you will grant us that. You always listen to us, and you make yourself available for any interview as the need arises. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate you. Yeah.